What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is episode 3 of Nerd You Later. If you haven't heard the last couple of podcasts, go back and check those out. Also, after this, obviously. I'm your host, Alpha Prime 88, and here my co-host, John, better known probably to yourselves as Legends of Cybertron. So,
hello.
We've got quite a bit to go through. This is, as you'll see from the title, is strongly based on the Hasbro Pulsecon 2023, which just happened the past Friday. So we are going to be going through all of those, and we're going to give you our thoughts and feelings on the stuff. And we're also going to touch on a couple of extra little things that wasn't announced, or was briefly announced. I'm sure you all probably know what that is, but or the lack of something. But we'll get to that at the end. So, John, how was your nerd month? Did you get anything nice? Anything pickups?
I did, to be fair. I did get a nice little haul of Legend Scale, but I have not done a video on them yet. I will be though. In the haul was the remaining aerial bots.
Oh, for the mini Superior.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm saying remaining. I actually had to get the full set again. So I was like, I got Urid and Skydive again. So I've got, like, they're ready to go on my website to sell on again.
Yeah.
But I've got Silverbolt, Fireflight, and Quickslinger. So I've now finally got Superior, and I just haven't combined them yet.
Oh, I've got them up there.
Yeah. I know you said you were going to get, like, the full set at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the box set a while ago, and I combined them up, and they're a really nice set. I really like them. See, although I don't collect a lot of Legend Scales figures, there's like certain characters that I would get, if you know what I mean. So obviously I've got 2 or 3 sets of Dinobots in Legend Scale. I have Superion. I have my little Cliff Jumper, which you sent me. I have Optimus, Megatron, and Soundwave, which are the core classes from Hasbro. So I have a few more scattered here and there, like. But as I say, I don't. If I was to go back and restart my whole collection, I would restart with Legend Scale rather than Masterpiece. But I'm just, as you can see, well down that path. Unfortunately, I think the way things are going. But anything else? Is that all you got?
I mean, obviously, I'll tell you all about the stuff I got on my whole video when I eventually get around to doing it.
Oh.
But what I did get was MFT's very first figure, which was Overlord.
Oh, nice.
And I got Iron Factory's Diathlus.
Oh, that's a nice one.
And I got both of these from Starbase 55. He literally... He posts every day with different things that's in his little shop.
Yeah.
And every time he posts them, I'm scanning through the pictures, and I was like, oh, they're cool. You know, always got wrestling, I spy some this, that, and the other. And I always heart it and comment, like, great collection, etc.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the time, but anyway, I was just scanning through the pictures, and I thought, wait a minute, that's an Iron Factory box. What one's that? So when I looked, it was obviously Diathlus, and I was like, oh my god, he's got that. And then I scanned another pic. I think the picture after that had Overlord on, and I was like, he's got Overlord as well. So I reached out and said, you know, like, I see you got those 2 figures in, you know, me being a Legend Scale guy.
Yeah.
How much were you willing to do them, the 2 for me? So I ended up getting the per for 70 quid.
That's not bad.
That's really good. I mean, to be fair, Diathlus is, I think he's put about 50 quid on it in the stall.
Right.
And I think Overlord was on 50 quid. Oh no, Diathlus was 45 and Overlord was 50.
That's
so
a good
it was
deal.
like, because they're both quite old figures anyway.
Yeah.
And I know Overlord is a KO of Iron Factory's Overlord.
Yeah.
But Diathlus, you literally can't get hold of him. Especially on eBay. I mean, it's double that on eBay.
Nice.
And I was just like, I love you. Thanks very much. and I'm not selling them on. They're actually going straight to my collection. So it's like, I've got an absolute bargain there. If anyone's like listening, have a visit, you know, on his Instagram page, he'll more than likely do your deal. He's
Is
got
it
quite
just
a lot of stuff.
is it just legend skill that he has, or would he cover
No,
chunk
he's got all
skill?
sorts. Wrestling, there was Doctor Who, there was, what else was there? Other Transformers, there was Star Trek. He's got all sorts.
Nice. I might have to
He's
check it
literally got
out.
all sorts.
Must have to check it out. You had the same his page. Like, I must check them out.
Yeah, well, I'll send you his page.
Yeah.
What have you got?
What have I got?
Oh, yes.
Fairly quiet this month. The biggest thing was probably this guy arrived in.
What's that?
The Mandalorian. The new ship he got that was made from the Naboo fighter.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how far I'd have to go because I can't see what you can see. But I'll
just see the back and then towards the front of the thrusters. Yeah, I can see it all there. Yeah, belted that.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I see the vintage collection that's where it's at. I think with Star Wars they put so much detail into the ships and stuff. I mean, I'm in awe of the Razor Crest. Like, it is such a beautiful piece. But I think I mentioned that in last month, did I? Was that?
Yeah, I think you did.
The Comic-Con.
And then it was the video after that. You put the Razor Crest in.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
such an awesome sized box.
Oh, it's massive. Like, it's a really impressive piece. Like, when you see it in person, like, you don't, like, I watch videos on it and it still doesn't do it justice. You see, once you see it in hand and it's sitting in front of you, it is an impressive piece. It's probably up here with Unicron. Like, it just takes a lot of presence in the room.
Yeah. Like a massive figure, toy.
Yeah.
Ship.
Yeah, I got the War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper and Megatron. I forgot that it was Megatron came with him. I think I didn't get them last month, did I? So I've got those to add to it, and I picked up a couple of bargains. I don't know if you've seen the unboxing sort of video last Friday, but I managed to get Moff Gideon for £8 in game.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh no, I'll have him. I'll pick that up, and I got the armor for £7 in game.
Excellent. In game?
Yeah, both are original price tag of £19.99. So I got the two of them for £15.
Wow, that's really good.
And then I haven't opened him. That's the Mando then that comes with the ship. I'm not sure if I want to open him. I have a couple of Mandos opened already. I have the Mando with the Razor Crest and stuff. So I'm like, do I keep this just because it's unpunched? Like, there's no
hole.
There's no hole. It's nice. It's shiny. And like flat. Like, there's no bends in it. So I have to toy with that idea.
I will not open that, mate. I'll leave it as is.
That's all I got this month. A few comic books. I done a lot of tidying this before I went on night shifts, so everything got tidied away. I forgot that I needed to keep the stuff that I just got, but I went into cleaning mode and everything just got tidied, so the place is actually starting to really come together. Very, very nearly finished tidying. I'm waiting on a proper computer desk for the art studio side over on the opposite side facing me, because I didn't want to keep setting up different things for different videos and stuff. So that is effectively over there is my AP art channel, and over here is my Alpha Prime Media channel, and that's the way I've done it.
That's good.
That's
actually good.
Two separate studios just with different backdrops. So Alpha Prime 88 has the more Masterpiece and Transformers related background, and then the AP Art has a mixture background with Marvel, Spider-Man stuff, X-Men, Gundam Wing stuff, because it's all variety for the AP Art. So we'll get into the main topic, the main thing that I'm sure everyone has clicked on this video for, and that is the Pulsecon announcements. And they did have a lot of announcements. Let's go with we'll save Transformers to the end. Why not? Let's save the best for the last.
Oh, alright, then fair enough.
So we'll start with, I don't know whether you follow, obviously we're just covering action figures itself, so anybody that's listening, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, definitely leave in the comments section if you have a bit more info for us, because I'm a little out of touch with it, but Power Rangers, there's two big announcements now. One I recognise, one I have no clue on, and the one I recognise is actually sold out, not surprising.
That's
But
a surprise.
we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Omega Rangers figures. Now,
Oh, yeah.
they mean nothing to me. My
No.
my youngest is actually watching, is it Cosmic Fury or something? She's actually getting into Power Rangers a wee bit now, so she is, but I'm still stuck on the whole Mighty Morphin and Zeo and all the original, the old ones back in the 90s. So that's why this one means more to me. Is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Tommy Oliver Master Morpher. So the Morpher is similar to the original Mighty Morphin Morpher. Slightly different coloured. It's like golden and stuff. But it's got all of his like coin sort of things of all the different forms that he had. Like, you know, obviously the Green Dragon Ranger, the White Tiger Ranger, the Red Zeo coin, and other ones that I don't recognise because I got out of it then at that point. But so that actually looks pretty cool. That's actually up for £66, and you know what? If it had been there whenever I got paid, I might have looked at it. But thankfully, it is sold out, so I save money. So that my wife does not kill me.
Yes. That sounds about right, that does. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find... Oh, yeah, there it is. They're all mixed up here, aren't they?
If you go up to where it says brand along the top, you can actually just filter them. That's what I'm doing at the minute. So
is that what you've done?
I've got
so
a filtered...
Power Rangers.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, like... Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, so I see, yeah, the Tommy Oliver Master Morpher.
Yeah. You probably recognise that Morpher more than... And I'm like, no, that's that's original Morphers.
Yeah, I do. I think all them coins are from different series of Power Rangers, I think.
There's the Red Dragon, or not the Red Dragon, the Green Dragon, the White Tiger, the Red Zeo, which is the star, and I know he was like the Black Dino or the Gold Dino Ranger or something like that there, in Dino Fury or something like that, and I can't remember the other ones he was, but I only know that because I done like an artwork for him whenever he sadly passed away, of all his different Rangers, so I had to look those up. I didn't know them off by heart. So we'll go on to Marvel next. So
Marvel,
I'll let you filter that. There should be 6.
Oh yeah, Detroit Steel's first.
Yeah, that's the one I was chatting just before we went on. This Detroit Steel. Now, you've heard of him before and stuff. That means nothing to me. Like
it's something to do with a former US States US Air Force Lieutenant Doug Johnson III. I thought I'd heard about it before. They gave him the Detroit Steel armour.
Right.
And it first appeared during Stark Resilient storyline.
Yeah. See, I don't really follow all that stuff outside of X-Men and Spider-Man. That's sort of my realm. Which coming up now is more my sort of side of it. Like, not that I'm going to be picking up at this point, like, but we have the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Matt Murdock. So this is all like more the live action sort of stuff with Matt Murdock now coming in to the live action movies. He was Parker's lawyer.
That's right.
He's obviously Daredevil, like, so we've got his Matt Murdock form rather than Daredevil, which is actually, it looks really, really good. It's just not for my collection. I'm actually nearly finished my Marvel collection. Once I get a few more of the X-Men characters and probably Vulture will finish off my Spider-Man shelf for me, for my part. Although they've now got Sandman from the movie, not the animated series.
Oh yeah.
And it's just him in a full sand form.
I've seen that. Yeah, I have actually seen that.
So I know I don't have a Sandman in my Marvel collection, but to be completely honest, I didn't really like Sandman when I was growing up, so that's probably why he's not. He just was a throwaway character. Now, obviously, other people are going to like him, but for me personally, he just wasn't for me. Then we have some Spider-Man. So we've got the Amazing Spider-Man, and we have the Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I believe is Tobey Maguire and then obviously Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man, and we've got the MCU version of MJ, so the Tom Holland MJ.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right.
So we've got those figures again, really nice figures, but I got the 3 Spider-Man from the MCU, and that is me sorted with those in my collection. They do look cool. It's obviously it's them all unmasked, so
That's right.
uh
I think they're kind of like going into where the other ones were masked. You know, they all had the faces coming up. This is like the alternative. You can buy them all separate now.
yeah.
Maybe. You know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I guess it's just another way that they can make a little bit more money. We'll move on to G.I. Joe. I don't collect these personally. I've never really followed G.I. Joe. I've watched like the movies and stuff that have come out, and I've seen the odd cartoon episode whenever I was younger, but it never really aired over here. It wasn't a big thing for me anyway.
It wasn't a big thing for me either, G.I. Joe.
No, so
there was a place down the road from me, and the guy who used to run it used to say, "Oh, we got some new G.I. Joe figures," and I used to go, "I don't like G.I. Joe. Why do you keep telling me that?" They went, "Are you not the one then?" I went, "No, there's a guy that looks like you who loves G.I. Joe." I said, "No, it's not me, mate." Says, I'm Marvel, Transformers, G.I. Joe. Right. You're all right. No.
Yeah, they do. You know what? They actually look really, really nice figures and stuff. Like whoever, if you're into G.I. Joe, these look really like you're getting really good detail. The head sculpts look fantastic on them. So we're getting Jason Shockwave, and I'm not even going to Faria.
I think it's Faria.
I'm going to end up butchering all these names. You're getting Agent Helix.
Yep.
Clayton Hawk Abernathy.
Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah. Dreadnought Ripper. He looks pretty cool. He
does look pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. You've got Dreadnought Buzzer, and then we're getting the Crimson Strike team. So you Baroness, Tomax, and Axamot.
Axamot, something like that.
Yeah.
That's actually a nice set. I quite like that.
Yeah, they're actually a really, really nice set of figures. Like I said, it's just that I just have no attachment to them. A lot of them are sold out already.
They're very... If you're into this sort of stuff, you would probably love it.
Yeah.
But it's like this. The only one out of all them I like is the set of 3. That's it.
Yeah, the Baroness set and stuff.
But I don't think I'd buy them.
No, I'm not getting that.
No, definitely wouldn't. No.
So, next we'll move on to Star Wars. That's a wee bit more interesting for me.
Oh, yes.
So we're getting the clone Captain Rex helmet. I don't collect the helmets. They look nice, but they just take up a lot of space, and they're not for me.
I'm on the right page now. There we are. Stormtrooper clone clone Captain Rex helmet. There we are.
Yeah.
And the next one's a lightsaber, isn't it?
Yeah. Sabine Wren lightsaber. Those lightsabers are really, really cool, but they're just really expensive. And
yeah, they are.
I even seen it at Comic-Con. There's people, with the proper where you can fight with them lightsabers. You can hit them together and stuff, and they don't break.
Oh yeah, and
those things, and they look amazing. They really, really do. They look absolutely like even whenever the two of them touch, where they touch, it like goes white, and it makes that zzz, ding. They were fantastic. They're just too expensive for me. But
there is websites, that you can create your own.
Right.
There are websites you can create your own website, your own lightsaber, and I think they're literally you could spend probably £70 less making your own.
Cool.
So
make your own hilt.
I want to be own, if I'm being honest, but I never
design your own hilt.
Yeah.
So the next one then is the vintage series Professor Huyang.
Oh yeah.
From Ahsoka. I'll hopefully get that guy. He's sold out here now in Pulse, I think. I might have he sold out really, really fast. Obviously with Ahsoka being so popular at the minute, so that's why he went out so quickly. I don't collect the Black Series. Next one is the Black Series Star Killer and Troopers. It does look pretty cool.
It does look cool. It does, but I think I'm on the same wavelength because there's a lot of collectors that should have really come out when the game was out.
Yeah, it's maybe a wee bit too far on now, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first game was 2015, maybe even been earlier than that.
Yeah.
Or it's around that time anyway, definitely. And we're in nearly 2024, so it's like, why would you bring that out unless you're going to do, like the Force Unleashed 3?
Yes.
If they did the third game, I would understand it. Bringing that out, it's a bit, I don't know.
Then you could possibly say that about the War for Cybertron.
Yeah, you can. You can, definitely.
Gamer edition.
Because even that's the same.
Yeah. But they're chatting about re-releasing those games, so maybe that's where the way they're going.
That's why then.
So the next one is the Vintage Series, the Galaxy of Heroes.
Yep.
So that looks like a nice set. I'm not picking that one up because I have no real attachment to it, but it's actually only a couple of ones.
That's with Van Ante, as when he was a Jedi.
Yes, you're right. That's what that is. And then we have director Orson Krennic.
Oh yeah.
He looks pretty good too, but I'm more for the guys with the lightsabers or the bounty hunters. That's my sort of Star Wars figures that I would get, because I don't collect everything. I pick and choose my way through it. And then the last year all Ahsoka related. So we've got Chopper, the little droid that is on the Ghost. So
that's right.
And then you have Shin Hati and Balon Skull. That Balon looks pretty cool. To be fair,
a good character. To be fair,
he's very good. He's treading that. I don't think he's all bad. He's more. Yeah. He's not a. For me, he's not a Sith. He's more of a dark Jedi.
Yeah.
There is good there. Whenever he was talking on the last episode, spoiler alert, anybody that's watching and hasn't seen like the episode 6, you can just mute for a couple of minutes maybe, where he was saying about he wants to break the cycle, and I was like, he wants to get here and maybe he's going to stop throwing himself, but I don't know enough about it. But I was sort of like, at that point I was like, is he going to end up being somewhat of a hero rather than the villain that he's looked like so far? But who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I can't wait for tomorrow to watch the next one. Or well, when this airs, it'll be out that day because I'm going to have this up tomorrow. Next topic, and this is the one that's going to be the main meat of this podcast, will be the Transformers. And we got quite a lot of good reveals. The main poster was very interesting to me. I spent ages searching around it, but it looks like everything that's on that poster has been revealed, and we have won. So they haven't given away too much for the follow-up waves.
That's true.
Bar they have a tidal wave and the Magmatron. I was like, excellent. But we'll get started with it with the core classes. Let's start with the core classes. Your part of expertise. Universe Boulder Crash. I was a little disappointed with this, to be fair.
When we discussed in the last video that Rock Lords were coming out,
yes,
I had got in my head the old Rock Lords. They're basically rocks.
Yes, exactly. That's where I was going.
And I was just like, when I saw this, and oh yeah, these are Rock Lords, but by the way, they turned into bikes and cars. What? They do what?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Like I was like, what? Why is it turning into a motorcycle? That's okay if it has a motorcycle mode, but give me a rock mode. Like it might be fan modes or whatever at some point, but I was just like, yeah, this is not what I was expecting to see.
No, it doesn't. I would say out of all the core classes, and let's be honest, there's only been 3, hasn't there, been released or announced.
Yeah, 3, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That has to be probably the worst one.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I would tend to agree with you on that. Because I think the other 2 are actually really, really good. Which the next one we will mention is the Energon Universe Megatron. Now that looks really good.
Now, see, I looked at that and I was like, oh, that is awesome. Look at the sculpting. We finally get a shafted glass Megatron. And then I looked and it was like, no, it's a Decepticon. What?
Yeah.
Looks a bit like Galvatron as well with the legs and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure that is literally the same mould as Shattered Glass Megatron, just the head's different.
Yeah.
But he does have the cannons on the shoulders.
Yeah. You know what?
So, I mean, it's like, which way do you go with that? Are they going to bring out a Shattered Glass Megatron, which they could do?
I think they will.
I think they will too.
It'll be a missed opportunity if they don't, in my opinion.
It will be.
As you say, all they need is a head sculpt change and a repaint.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Yeah.
And the guns going from green to blue. That's it. And the wings.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it'll just needs a different deco and a head sculpt. That's all they need for that. Like, there would be a missed opportunity in my book, anyway. Definitely a missed opportunity.
But definitely, that Megatron, I love that Megatron. That's a great looking little figure.
Yeah.
It really is.
It does look very, very nice. The last core class figure then is Tasmania Kid from Beast Wars. I think it's Beast Wars 2nd.
I see the size of his hands.
He's got these big long arms. And then the hands are like, the picture has it with his hand and his hip and it nearly covers his full thigh.
Yeah, it's like they're like spades.
Big shovels just.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell? Is he going digging some dirt or what?
Yeah.
It's massive. But on the more serious note, it is actually a good looking mould. It's not my favourite one. It's one of them where it's like, if I had G2 Megatron core class to still buy and Tasmania Kid, I'd buy G2 Megatron first. You know, it's one of them.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Rat Trap.
Right. Yes,
the core class Rat Trap.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that it was okay. But it wasn't brilliant. You know, it's one of those figures that comes out and you go, yeah, I got to get it because it goes with the collection.
Yeah. No, I see that.
But a lot of people are actually going crazy with Tasmania Kid, which is fine. No worries, because, I mean, it is Beast Wars 2, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Beast Wars getting a bit of love.
There's hardly any out for, like, Beast Wars 2, but yet Rat Trap is part of Beast Wars, so it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm more like Energy on Megatron. I'll have that, please. You know?
Yeah.
The Tasmania Kid and the Rot Lord will be one of those where you go in Smith's and it'll be £2.50 in about 3 years' time. Because no bugger wants him.
Well, I'm going to probably pick up Tasmania Kid, but I'm not picking up any of the other 2 at the minute. Yeah. That's in my head, like, just because it is Beast Wars, and I quite like Beast Wars, so. Deluxes. Let's start with animated Bumblebee. And bar the black stripe going down him and the head sculpt, it doesn't scream animated Bumblebee to me.
See, I don't. What's the word? I haven't really watched animated.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out, man. It is a
good
show. It is a good show. I'd recommend it.
Oh, I'll have a watch then. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. Looking at it, it's like you know it's Bumblebee, but it's like it's not Bumblebee. They've gone with like a different.
It's even a big difference from the actual animated Bumblebee. Now, the original animated Bumblebee figure for me was actually really, really good, like, and it was really screen accurate. So it's sort of like, man, if they like the way they're doing these studio series bots, I thought when then we'd seen the announcement for it, obviously before we seen pictures, and I thought this could be a really good figure. And at that point, I was like, yeah, you see if it's going by the kind of style they've been doing recently and stuff, the studio series and whatnot. I thought, you know what, I might actually pick that up. But now to see the picture of it, I'm like, no, pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just,
I agree with you there. I'd be like, no, pass.
yeah.
It's not one of them what it's like, woo, yeah, must buy that. It's, no, I'm not keen on it.
Which, unfortunately, going through this list, there isn't a wide lot that I am going to be picking up, which saves me a lot of money in the long run. But I just think that when the initial announcements were made, I was like, ooh, awesome, this is going to be a brilliant thing. And they are good figures, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I'm now at this stage of my collection where I'm like picking and choosing the certain characters and stuff out there. But for me, Animated Bumblebee is definitely not up there for me. Speaking of which, the deluxe class Infernac Universe Magnus. This is the other not Rock Lord figure.
Yeah, not Rock Lord, vehicle mode Rock Lord. I don't know.
It does look, the head sculpt is really nice. The sculpting work is nice on it. But for me, if it's a Rock Lord, it has to have a rock mode. Like, it's, you know, see if they had done rock modes for these guys, I probably would have picked them up. But as is, they're just a pass for me, personally.
Yeah, I don't know why or what gave them the nudge to change it into a vehicle.
Yeah, I don't understand.
A vehicle. I don't get it.
The only thing that I can think of is that looks like one of the Junkion molds. So and then the wee motorcycle is probably a remold of, what do you call them?
Crash Bar, is it?
One of the smaller, no, it's 3 core class motorcycle was, where is it? I can't even see him. He was from the
was it?
No, I think it was from like the Japanese continuity stuff.
Oh, right.
There he is. I can see him there. Iguanas.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've just retooled those. So they haven't given them new molds. They've just went back and retooled these and gave them a new persona. But for me, that's a big miss for me. If you really bring the Rock Lords back, bring them back as the Rock Lords nostalgia, people would have bought them, I think. Well, personally speaking, I'd have bought them. But now they've done it like this, I'm not buying them. I'm passing. I'm good. So there you go. And I'm sure, sure we're not the only two that's probably thinking along those lines. There's obviously going to be people that are still going to pick it up, but I think they've lost probably a lot of sales from people thinking like us. You know, if they had done rocks, then we'd have been all over it. But saves us a bit of money.
It does.
Next we will go to, I know it's jumping about because they don't have them in order on this bit.
No, they've not. They've got them in like popularity, haven't they?
Probably. That's probably exactly how they've done it. So we're going to go with the Universe Rescue Bots Autobot Chase.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
that's him.
He actually looks really, really cool.
I like him myself. Yeah. I do. But again, it's not one of them I'd go and pick up.
No.
I think out of all of them, he's a surprise, if I'm saying it. It's more, I kind of said that. When you think of rescue bots, you think of the old like play school style Transformers.
Yeah.
And for them to rehash it into this style of Transformer is brilliant. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not one of them things that I'd go out and buy.
Exactly. It'll mean something to somebody. You know, maybe someone that's grew up, they were into rescue bots back in the day. I think my middle child, like she has all the rescue bots, the old play school ones, like so like that would be interesting towards her, I would say, if she was still into Transformers, but she's sort of moving away from it. She still plays with them every so often, but she's not big into it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But my personal opinion, this guy is getting retooled into a Transformers Prime cliff jumper.
Oh yeah, it could be. Yeah.
just by the way the chest is and stuff, I honestly think that is going to be a Transformers Prime cliff jumper.
It's possible. Yeah, very possible. I can see that actually.
Yeah.
Let me just click on that. Let's have a
look at the car mode too. That. You just put some bullhorns in the front. Paint it all red.
Yeah. That looks like a Decepticon sign at the front. You know, if you click on the vehicle mode.
Yeah. So I'm just going to hit it.
And then hover, leave your cursor on it, hover. It looks like I know it's probably Autobot, but it looks like a Decepticon insignia.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's probably just Autobot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, excuse me. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely, personally, I think it's better than the Rock Lords.
Yeah. It is actually better than the Rock Lords.
Yeah.
10 times better than the Rock Lords. I'd buy that over any of the Rock Lords that's just
been
announced.
And I would be exactly the same.
Yep.
And definitely. I don't even really follow Rescue Bots, but I think he looks more interesting. And the last deluxe we're going to look at is the Universe Windblade. I think it's the last deluxe.
I think it is actually.
Well, there's the exclusive Armada Hot Shot, but we'll look at that afterwards.
Yeah.
The deluxe class Windblade. Now, I think personally they could have done a bit better with it. It's not too far away from their Titan's Return Windblade.
Yeah.
She's very bulky. I think around the legs. Obviously, she's going to be used as a retool for somebody else at some point. And that's why it is what it is. She's still a really nice figure. I don't think they've beat the Universe Windblade, the original Windblade figure they released.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
The one that can't stand for anything.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. And I think
it looks like they've sorted the feet out on this one too. The feet look wider.
Yeah.
Longer. Sorry, not wider.
She'll have no stability issues compared to that, but I still think the original one looks so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It looks more...
if you look at the poster as well for United, Windblade, was she above Magnetron or something like that, or below him? Anyway, she's got like bits of rock on her.
Right. Oh, because them things can split up into weaponizers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, have they done it that way inclined so you can stick the rock lords on them? But
yeah, you're right. It does have. She has like rocks sort of stuck to her forearms and her legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you look at the figure, she hasn't got them.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if it's just that it's going to be that whole play feature of you get split Magnus apart and stick parts of him onto her. I think that's going to be the play factor on it.
You see, I should get the sword with it as well. I'm not keen on the fact that this deluxe is going to be at least 5 inches tall easily.
Yeah.
And the mould is very dissimilar to Titan's Return.
Yeah.
But they're asking for 25 quid for it.
Yeah.
I literally wouldn't pay 25 quid for that. I would pay 35 and buy Iron Factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them, because we all know how Hasbro go anyway with the holy arms and the holy legs and the holy backs and stuff like that. And it's just, I wouldn't pay 24 for that.
Well, just while you're on that, with Hasbro, I don't know whether you've seen it, that they re-released Fortress Maximus.
Oh yeah,
on the American one. Yeah, in the States. Now that figure was roughly about 130, 120 when it first came out. So if it's a re-release and they've already got all the mold, they've got all the stuff all planned, they don't have to pay for any of that again. So why are they releasing it at the price point of a new Titan?
See, I don't get that.
Why?
I don't get that at all.
Surely if they're re-releasing it should be around 100, or even at least, very minimum, it should be the price that it was when it was first released.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, when you think about it, everything's gone up in price anyway these days.
Yeah.
It really has. I mean, that deluxe class Windblade a few years ago would have been only 20 quid because I remember, I think it was, the Titans Return one was about 18 or 19.99.
Yeah.
So obviously everything's going up by a bit or so much percentage. But you wouldn't expect a Titan to go up so much.
It's gone up literally about 80 quid. Now, they're, as I said before, they're not paying for the sculpting and the molds. They've got all that already. They've covered that with the original release of that Fort Max mold and the subsequent recolors that they've done of it. So why aren't they absorbing that into the cost? And
exactly.
Why, they're charging what they would charge for a brand new Titan nowadays, like the Nemesis. The Nemesis, they're charging the same price as Nemesis. Now that's a brand new mold, all that sort of stuff. This is a re-release. Yeah,
a re-release. Why would you pay an extra 80 quid on that? Plus the fact they've only done it to the people in the States. Offered it to the people in the States.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another 80 quid on top of that for me if I was to get it delivered over here.
Yeah.
And it's just... I know, I'll go on eBay, thanks. I'll pay the extra quid less and I'll still get it for the same price second hand than what you're selling it for new.
And the rumour that's going about is it's not a re-release. They've actually just got old stock that they found and they're claiming it as a re-release so that they can put it up at that price.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
That's the rumours going about. They have found Fort Max stock somewhere and they're just calling it a re-release so that they can do it for that price rather than they've found some old stock. But
oh my god,
that is the theory.
How can you find old stock? It was like, have they like put a big massive 40-foot trailer of Fortress Maximus's somewhere and gone, oh, do you know what, we've got a full trailer here. I know, we'll call it new stock and stick 80 quid on each one. Off we go.
Yeah.
What?
You know what? The mind boggles sometimes with this stuff.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Wouldn't
put it past them.
Nope. They are definitely about making the money.
Oh yeah.
So while we're on it too, this is another gripe that I have. Like I can understand why they've done it, but I just think, whenever they say Hasbro Pulse where the fans come first, apparently the money comes first because we have the Legacy, Evolution, Armada, Universe, Power Links, Hotshot, and Armada Universe Jolt. Say that 10 times fast.
No, you're alright.
Oh man, I just about got through that. So we're getting the Power Links version of Hotshot. They've already done the Hotshot, which I've got just over there. And they're now giving us a recolor, which they're selling for $44.99. And the only difference is it comes with his Minicon Jolt. That Minicon did not come with the original Hotshot that it should have came with. It's now going, which was around £22 to £25 for the Hotshot back then.
About that, yeah.
So now it's £20 dearer because it's exclusive, and all it is a repaint of that Hotshot with the Jolt that everybody wants. So they're now charging you £45 to pretty much get the Jolt that you want for your Hotshot.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fans come first. Sorry, that's not what I'm getting from that. They should sell that Jolt separate. Like that should have came as a core class or something. Like a weapon. They done the weaponizers and stuff.
That's right.
I think that's the way they should have went with that, because see if they had done Jolt as a core class or whatever, in that bracket, I'd have picked it up straight away.
Yeah.
No problem. But I'm not going to pay £45 just to get it. I have the original Minicon Jolt, and that will do me in my collection, because I am not paying 45 quid for a repaint just to get that Jolt.
I agree with you there. It's unnecessary half the time. Unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, they could have even... that's the best way they could have done it, was just put it in the core class and sell it as a core class figure. And people would have bought it. Better. Not a problem. Yeah. But the mind boggles why they're going this route. So we'll go on to the Voyager figures. So first up, let's hit it. It's the Voyager class animated universe Optimus Prime. Now this guy looks more like the screen accurate like rather than the Bumblebee. Still not great, but as we've found, they're not really going for screen accuracy in this line. They're almost G1-sizing them.
Yeah, a little bit, aren't they?
They're turning, so that it all fits into the same line as such. Like, this is a new line, so they're not trying to, as they're doing with the Studio Series War for Cybertron, they're actually trying to make them look screen accurate. Would I like them to do maybe Prime or animated in a Studio Series sort of thing? Yes, 100%. I would love that.
Oh yes.
I don't ever see them doing it.
No.
But this Optimus actually looks really, really cool. I'll wait till it gets released in Smiths and I'll have a look at it then. Maybe wait till it goes down. It's not a must have for me, but it does look very, very nice, I have to admit. I know it's got a lot of flack from obviously Transformers animated fans. With the wheels, they're just completely black. There's no paint on them for a Voyager figure. And a lot of people are hitting at the head sculpt, which I actually think is not that bad. In comparison, I think the animated Bumblebee head sculpt is not as good because it looks tiny. I mean, animated Bumblebee, his head is big. It was just the art style, I suppose. But I think the Optimus is actually a bit closer, in my opinion.
I actually think the actual Optimus is a nice looking figure. I really do. But again, it's Hasbro. They're quite lazy when it comes to. I mean, look at that, right? The only bit of paint on the red bit is the silver and the black and the yellow. And they've got grey parts, blue parts, black parts, and clear blue and clear red.
Yeah.
It's easiness again. Easiness. It's easy creativity for more profit.
Yeah. I think...
is that what it is?
And I think whenever they were doing the silver highlights or whatever on the truck mode anyway, why couldn't they not just put that little bit on the wheels?
Exactly. Even the axe has silver bits to it.
Exactly. What? They missed a big miss yet again. Like, I mean, for something so minimal, I know that obviously it comes into the costing and stuff, and we don't understand all that ins and outs and stuff. But for me, I'm thinking, would it really have been so much of a big deal just to put that little bit of silver on the rims?
Exactly. I would have done it because it's actually quite nice. It would be a nice finishing touch to have a bit of silver to it.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being like a big black tyre. No one has a big black tyre. Everyone's got a wheel for
and
it.
It does look really out of place. Like when you see it in the vehicle mode, it just takes. I think it takes away from the figure itself. I think it makes it look cheaper.
It does. It looks very preschool.
Yes, exactly.
It looks very preschool.
It's just these little things. If they would just tweak it a wee bit, like it would be, you'd be going, what?
We wouldn't be bothered. It'd be like, oh yeah, it's a cool Optimus Prime. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not buying it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But, as it stands, people are having to go at the face, they're having to go at the wheels, and it's just, it's one of them. It's just one of them. It's Hasbro to a T.
Yeah. And the next... the next Voyager figure is the Voyager class Prime Universe Thundertron.
Oh yeah.
Now
I remember. Go on.
No, he looks pretty cool. That's all I was just going to say. He does look pretty cool, but I have the original from thing, so this is an easy pass for me. I think they didn't do enough with it to make me think, you know what, I could replace it or switch it out. For me, the original is better.
Yeah, the original. I agree with you completely because the original Thundertron was part of the Transformers Prime range, was it?
Yep. Beast Hunters.
That's right. Yeah. I actually liked that. It was a good looking figure.
Yeah.
I think I had that before I sold everything. I'm sure I had that one.
Yeah, I still have mine over there on my Beast Hunter shelf.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. But yeah, it's again, that's another pass. It's a nice figure. It's great. It's brilliant. But again, it's a pass.
Yep, and maybe for people that maybe didn't get the original Beast Hunters one, I want to add it to their Prime collection. I think it's it would definitely do the job. It definitely would fit in, sort of thing. I think I'll be very happy with it. But I just think that I have the original, and that I think the original is better, so I'm just going to stick with that. And this is an easy pass for me.
Yeah, I agree. The original is a better looking figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're on to the leader class now.
Oh yeah. Now this I'm getting.
Shall we do the rubbish one first before we get to the really good one?
You know what? Yeah. I hope we're in the same wavelength here too. Like, I mean, we're not.
I bet we are.
The rubbish one is the G2 Laser Prime.
Oh God, yeah.
They already released that figure, so it's just a re-release. It's a repackage.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And when I heard about that, I was like, really?
Yeah.
They've got Thundertron in Voyager class, and they've got the other guy in Leader class, but they've also brought out G2 Optimus again.
Yeah. For me, they should have done the animated Optimus as the leader and give him, like to fill out the truck mode, like some sort of like a battle platform or something like that there, because they always do it like.
That might have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think that would have been brilliant. Like, I probably would have picked it up then, but I'm passing obviously on it this time round. But I think again that should have been the leader, and instead of obviously Laser Prime comes with the trailer, if they would have done like a battle platform that could clipped onto the back of the Optimus figure and filled it out to make it into the full fire truck mode, like maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I think it did. It was like a fire engine. And it was like a proper box. It wasn't just like a lorry, if you know what I mean. The way that this one, the animated one is, where it's just like, it looks like a cab more than an actual fire truck.
Let's have a proper look. Oh yeah, see, the actual figure itself is actually, you think it's all red, but then when you look at the actual cab, it's black with flames, isn't it?
Mm.
And then it's just like a petrol tanker at the back.
Yeah. So, I think that's just a filler to tick a box in their line.
I'm getting to notice that every time there's an announcement for these new up and coming figures, there's either a Bumblebee or a Prime or both.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there was a Prime in the last time we talked about this.
Yeah. They're the big sellers. Like, I can understand why they're doing it, but there's just so many characters out there that they haven't even touched.
Yeah. So many characters, and they just keep going back to the same one. I mean, this whole announcement, there has been some good characters announced.
Yep.
I like Chase. I like Core Class Energy on Megatron.
Yeah.
I like the look of Thundertron. I wouldn't buy it, but I like the look of it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. But there are some good ones. There are a few alright ones.
Yeah, well, this next one for me is like awesome.
Oh yeah, this is a must for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And you know me, I do love my Core Class and my Legends.
Yeah.
But I do like the look of this.
So
Tiger Hawk.
Yeah. As you hit it, the Leader Class Beast Wars Universe Tiger Hawk, and that is like I love that character in the show. I have the original Tiger Hawk down in that display with my Beast Wars stuff. He's missing a few bits and pieces, obviously. But this here is like, as soon as I seen it being announced, whenever we had the list initially, now I've seen it in the picture, I'm just like, yes, I will have that. That is a must for me. I love the character. And now, here's one. Nylock doesn't agree with me. Me and him had a discussion on it. Shout out to Nylock.
Here we go.
That Tiger Hawk mold for me is a pre-mold for Silverbolt.
You see, you did say that to me, didn't you? I'm not actually checking that out. Let me have a look. Silverbolt.
The reason for me thinking this is mostly on the robot legs becoming the beast mode front legs, which is exactly what they did with the original Silverbolt figure, the original Beast Wars figure. Like, I see a lot of similarities. Obviously, it's gonna be a heavy retool, like, with the wings and all sorts. You know, the tiger head's obviously up here and stuff. That's obviously going to have to be retooled. But the base figure is a pre mold of Silverbolt. I think he's like, no, it's going to be a whole different mold and stuff like that. And I'm like, I hope you're right, but I definitely think they're going to use a lot of this stuff from Tigerhawk.
Well, I'm being honest. Looking at Tigerhawk and the old Silverbolt, he got the old small legs at the back, the big legs at the front. The only thing that's different is obviously the wings, like you said.
Yeah, and
even the head.
And yes, the head's obviously going to get retooled. But look at that. Look at the front flap. You know, over the crotch area. Silverbolt has that same sort of flap that goes down in front.
Yeah, it does.
It just has to be retooled. It just has to be retooled a little.
Yeah, it's got to be Silverbolt.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I would like it if it isn't the same.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the picture here of Silverbolt on the screen. And the one I'm looking at is a toy review for Ben's World of Transformers.
Yeah.
And the picture, yeah, it's literally the same.
Yeah, we know Hasbro. We know what they do. We know that they like to reuse molds as much as possible and stuff.
Oh, God,
they're just going to retool that, and that is going to be Silverbolt as well.
I mean, technically, if you can bend the arms around on that, so on Tigerhawk. Yeah, just a little bit of a different design.
Yeah.
But the body, it's all there. The only thing that's different is the head and the wings.
Yeah.
That's it. And the claws.
Yeah.
But you know what Hasbro's like? They'll probably keep that same mould and just change the colours, give him different wings, different head. He'll transform exactly the same way because that's what Hasbro do.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
That's my feelings on it. Like, if you're listening to this and you have maybe your own ideas, drop them in the comment section below. But I definitely think that Tigerhawk is a pre-tool for Silverbolt, and until I see the actual figure release of Silverbolt, nobody can really talk me out of it at the minute.
Just looking at the robot mode. No. Keep going. That one, that's it. Yeah, it just needs redo it slightly, but to be fair, that would even it's definitely the same mold. Well, it can be used as the same.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, there's definitely the base sort of figure they can definitely reuse, I think.
Yeah.
So that's all sort of the figures that they've announced. So the only things we can really touch on now is obviously with the poster we have Magmatron, which is a must for me. I think that there's going to be an awesome figure to have. I never ever thought we would ever get an official Magmatron. So that's like really cool. Can't wait to see the actual figure itself. I can't wait for that release. And then the other one then is obviously you have Tidal Wave. And he's been rumoured as the next Titan. Not officially rumoured or named as the Titan class. A lot of people are saying they don't know how he would combine with the Armada Megatron then, so because he would be so big. And but we'll see what they do with it. They might release it as a Titan class, as in the title, but it might not be Titan size, like Metroplex and stuff. It mightn't be that size. But it might come with a whole pile of accessories and, to make it into that Titan class bracket for paying.
Well, have you looked at the poster? There is a Megatron there, G2 Megatron. Is it G2?
No, it's
not G2. Armada Megatron.
It's Armada Galvatron. He gets like an upgrade in the show, in the Galvatron. So he's like recoloured. Bet you he comes with the Minicon.
Oh, right, okay. I reckon that'll probably come out with Tidal Wave because that's not been released. That's not been announced.
You know what? That actually might be a good shout. It might come as a box set and in the Titan class bracket, but it'll be Tidal Wave maybe with Galvatron, which would be a really good way of doing it because I think they go the same way as Hotshot, and I think Leader 1, the wee Minicon, Armada Megatron's Minicon, is going to come with him.
Yeah.
So, you could be right there. They might do that as a box set and that mix it into that Leader class, maybe.
Because it's still staying
Titan
with
class.
What you said, like with with Megatron and whatnot, but we know how these lot think, so it's more of a case of if that's the Galvatron version next to Tidal Wave,
Yeah.
then that might be a set that comes out,
Well,
and then class as Titan class.
yeah. If you actually look closely to Galvatron's arm, just between him and Tidal Wave, that is Tidal Wave that's on his arm. That's a piece of Tidal Wave, the front part.
Oh, is that front part of it? Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it does. They're pretty much showing off that he actually is going to combine with him.
Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
So you could be right. That might come as a set and go. Obviously maybe Tidal Wave won't be the height of the Titan figures that we've got, but because what he lacks in size, then you may get that Galvatron, Megatron along with him, and that'll bump the price to the 200 and whatever they want to charge us. Probably £250 they're going to start charging next year.
Possibly.
For the Titan class. So I would say obviously Magmatron's going to be a Leader class or just a box set because it's going to come with 3. I hope they just do the 3 of them together rather than having to buy them all separate and then combine them.
I mean, I hope that as well, but what if that ends up being the Titan?
Possibly.
I mean, technically you've got a kind of like a T-Rex there, haven't you? Whatnot. Combine all 3. That could be the Titan class.
Could be. I definitely could see that.
Because bang in middle.
Yeah, and maybe
Tidal Wave's at the back.
Tidal Wave might be a Leader class. Because I mean, look at the size.
He could be not Leader class. What's the word? Is it the biggest one? Leader class.
Leader, and then it goes to Titan. Then yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be Leader class, like Tidal Wave.
Yeah.
And Titan class.
Magmatron.
Magmatron.
Yeah. You know what? I'd be willing to go with that. I would go with that. Because I'm looking at Jetfire, and he was a Commander class. Or
the Commander class.
Commander class, yeah. And I think it's just, is it done now as Leader? I don't know if there is any Commander classes. I'm thinking that size of him wouldn't be far off for a Tidal Wave. The height of him.
Commander class Tidal Wave with your Armada Galvatron, maybe.
Yeah.
And then Magmatron as the Titan class, but it'd be more Trypticon size.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a pain in the backside to combine at that size. It's going to be a real pain. If I'm right, and that's the Titan class, putting 3 robots the same size together to make a Titan class figure with a pain in the backside.
There's going to be a lot of tabs, and there's going to be
a lot of tabs. There's going to be a lot of people swearing at it. There's going to be an hour and a half later, and you've only got 2 put together. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So the last bit of business now that we're going to discuss, the lack of a HasLab. There's no Transformers HasLab figure this year.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, we said in the last video, didn't we, that they might be doing the core class Dinobots and bringing it back out as, was he Dino King?
Yeah.
But there's been nothing so far.
No, they've actually, I think they stated on Pulsecon that there isn't going to be a HasLab Transformers character this year, but next year, I think it's like the 40th anniversary of something, and it is it Transformers in general. 40
years.
40 years of Transformers, and there's going to be something Omega, and that is where they left it.
Something Omega. Well, Omega is normally first, isn't it? Like Omega and Alpha and Omega. So, Primus?
Could be.
Prime is technically first, is it? Something like that? Prime number. Omega.
Don't know. It's Alpha and Omega. So Alpha and Omega would be the beginning and end.
Yeah.
But Omega, now, are they going to go down the route of, is it going to be Omega Prime from RID 2001, where Ultra Magnus and Optimus combine to make Omega Prime?
Possibly.
Or, as you said, are we going to get a Primus? That also would be cool, because I mean Primus came in Cybertron, so it would still fit into the whole universe thing that they're doing.
Exactly. And it is a universe thing what they're doing, so it's like Primus could come along.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, they haven't really done. I mean, have they done a Primus in the past? I don't think they have they?
They've done a Primus in Transformers Cybertron.
That's right. I wonder why. Yeah, I had it in the end that they'd done one, but I couldn't remember what it was.
This one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
and it comes with the Omega lock.
Oh yeah, Omega.
Exactly.
Omega.
Exactly. See, and you know, the only other thing that I can think of that they potentially could look at, and it's only because of this first wave has got a lot of animated figures. Could we get a Transformers animated Omega Supreme?
Possibly.
Now that would be a very, very good figure if they done that. I can't see it. That would be my last sort of choice. For me, I lean towards Omega Prime because they love doing Optimus Primes and Optimus Prime sells. So I'm thinking, are they going to do like an Optimus and Ultra Magnus for the HasLab?
Have a look at Omega Prime.
I think I have them. I have. They're both separated. They're not in their Omega Prime mode, but I have them down there on my wee RID shelf.
Oh, I know which one it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will tell me like a name, and I go, "Yeah, of course I know it." And then I'm thinking, I know it. I can't think what it looks like.
Yeah. You just can't get that visual.
Yeah, the visual doesn't come. Yeah. And what did you say? Omega Supreme animated?
An animated Omega Supreme.
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. Like, it really would be a cool way to go.
I'd be a bit disappointed, though. And I'm not going to lie, if they went with Omega Supreme animated series.
Yeah.
Or Omega Prime, I'd be disappointed. I mean, not that I've gone for a bloody HasLab creation yet. I was going to do the Unicron one, and then I looked at the price, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Nope.
My inkling is that because they've done Unicron, are they going to go with Primus? And the Omega thing is the Omega lock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That comes with Primus. That for me, that there would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And
plus,
you have
it's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, and because he transforms into Cybertron.
Yeah, you've got to go with something that is going to stick in everyone's mind. Who everyone's going to go, it's the 40th anniversary, I've got to buy this.
Yeah, and I think that's the perfect one to go with, because he transforms into Cybertron. It is, so therefore all the G1 fans are going to have a physical representation of Cybertron. that they can pose with. If they've got Unicron, they can pose him with Unicron. Then you have the whole side of it as maybe the comic book fans with Primus. He was heavily talked about inside the comic books. They went back and done the whole story of the original 13 Primes and stuff, and Primus was on that, and it talked about him becoming Cybertron itself. And then you have all the Unicron trilogy fans this would, go along with all the Unicron trilogy, the Hot Shot, Armada Prime, Armada Megatron. You have the Omega Lock and stuff. They make it into the Cybertron Primus. Ticks a lot of boxes there. That's spanning over a lot of different areas there that they could tie into. So for me, the obvious choice has to be Primus, like, for the next HasLab. I mean, all the Unicron trilogy fans can display them in robot mode for their benefit. All the G1 fans can display them in planet mode because it'll look like Cybertron.
Exactly.
There's just so many possibilities. And those two eras, like even the people that maybe grew up with the Armada, or I keep calling it Armada, but it's the Unicron trilogy, Armada, Energon, Cybertron. Those fans are now adults. They obviously have jobs and stuff now, like, and they're going to have that income or whatever. So they're going to hit the likes of us that are G1 fans. They're going to hit the people that have come up from that there. So for me, obviously, like, animated Omega Supreme would be class. Like, for me, it would be class. But I think they could do that as a Titan class figure, easily.
Yeah.
So
easily.
For me, that's more of a niche sort of one that isn't as big of a name. What was the other one then? The Omega Prime. Again, you're only really fitting to that RID fandom. You know what I mean? Like, it's more niche.
Yeah.
Whereas Primus covers a lot of the big fan. The G1s, the Unicron trilogy. You have all that there. So for me, that's the sensible choice. If I was making a decision, if I was in the corporate for Hasbro and stuff, I'd be going, no, that's our choice. There's no other choice. There's no,
Yeah, no other choice. You've got to be Primus.
It has to be Primus. And hopefully they'll announce it at the start of the year and don't go live till August, September next year, whatever, and give everybody the chance to start putting the money aside. That was the biggest problem they had with Unicron. They announced it.
Yeah.
It went live within a week. And it was so much, as you said, it was so much money. People didn't have that money just straight away. I personally, I sold off a lot of figures and stuff. That's how I managed to get mine. But at that time, like, it was a mad rush. Like, I was trying to sell a lot of stuff just to be able to get it. And I think I got in maybe in the last day. I finally got the money, Giller. But for me, a business, they should be announcing that now in January, February, and saying, right, it's going live in September. It is going to be this amount. So, therefore, now you have from the start of the year, you have potentially 7-8 months to now save up for it. Put a wee bit of money aside every month. Sell off some stuff if you want to go that route. But it gives you a lot more time to prepare for it. And I think they would see the benefit in it in their sales.
I think they would. I mean, technically, if you think about it, if they announced it, like you said, in January, and they say, only release it, say, September-ish, you got a good, like you say, you've got a good 7 months there. You could put £100 a month away.
Yeah.
Out your wage. Whenever you got a spare, or about 200, whatever. By the time August comes around, you've got 700 quid saved up.
Yep, just boom.
It goes live, say, 1st of September, you pre-order it, and it sells out within 24 hours because everyone's got the money for it.
Yeah. They would have no problem hitting the goal.
Exactly. No problem whatsoever.
You know what I mean? That's...
In fact, they probably have to extend it just to get more sales in.
Yeah. I think they would make so much more if they just announce it, give you a sort of, even if they don't say an exact price, if they say, right, it's going to be, because maybe they can't predict what prices are going to go up between now and then. But if they can give you a rough idea of how much it's going to be, like, then you can prepare for it.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Easily.
So, I think that's the way, personally, I think they should go. I'm just seeing here, I did take a screenshot of it. There is one more figure that was not announced, but leaked shortly after Pulsecon. It's another Junkion, and it is Scrap Heap. A Studio Series 86 Scrap Heap. Now, I think we did have it on our list of things, but but the actual figure itself has now been revealed. I don't know whether I can maybe turn this around.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Kapow,
a couple of days ago that was released.
yeah, Kapow had it up on their page.
That's right.
So we're getting a scrap heap now for the junkie on shelf. So
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
yeah, so that's going to be in the 86 sort of line. But alright, so that's all I've got. Unless there's anything else you want to add to it, or anything for discussion on any of that HasLab or releases, or...
There was one thing I wanted to say about Hasbro itself. Well, these core classes. You would think, in this day and age, that Hasbro would have learned that at this moment in time, Legends scale is coming more and more to the forefront. So you would think that they would start making Legend scale mini masterpiece figures by now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, obviously they do masterpiece figures in general, and you pay like £100 for an Optimus Prime. But we're kind of like paying that anyway for Legend scale.
The Legend scale has jumped up a lot. Yeah.
So I don't understand how Hasbro hasn't turned around and gone, oh, well, you know what, we'll get on board with that and we'll do this. Because technically, as it stands, they could quite easily engineer a Legend scale figure.
Yeah.
Quite easily. In a masterpiece style, but mini.
Oh, 100% they could.
Easily. And I don't understand why they've not done that.
Because the Legend scale market has exploded over the last few years. Like, so I'm surprised that they haven't dipped into that market.
I mean, can you imagine if they did do that, an actual Legend scale Optimus, well, we'll say Optimus Prime because they always go in Optimus Prime, an Optimus Prime Legend scale, which basically transforms the same as New Age or Magic Square. And it's just...
Because a lot of these guys that are now doing the third-party companies, obviously unofficially, but let's face it, they obviously have some sort of background within that, and potentially are Hasbro or Takara employees that are now designing these other things. Like, so for me, it's like, why isn't Hasbro, as you put it, why aren't they dipping into this market? Like, why aren't they making these core class figures just in a better, more detailed design and better transformations and stuff like that? I mean, they're doing the core class, but they're just using that as you're getting Tasmanian Kid. Now, that's not core class scale. It's in the Tasmanian Kid is scaled with their deluxes and onwards. Obviously, Energon Megatron is Legend scaled.
Yeah.
That is Legend scale, but they're not using that just to make Legend scaled figures. They're using that as a size and pay bracket more than anything.
Which is another thing I don't get either. So it's like, I mean, you literally look at those three core class figures. You've got the Rock Lord, you've got Megatron, and you've got Tasmanian Kid.
Yeah.
And like you said, Tasmanian Kid will scale very nicely with the old Deluxe Beast Wars.
Yeah.
And the Voyager and the Leader class.
Yeah.
So on and so on. Armada Megatron, well, not Armada, Legacy United Core class, Energon Universe Megatron. He doesn't scale very well with anything. It's like its own little core class brigade of Decepticons. It's like,
yeah.
He doesn't scale next to another Megatron because Megatron's Voyager class or Deluxe class or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Rock Lord, that technically still scales with the other Rock Lord in deluxe scale.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how they can do that. I mean, obviously they are doing that and they're bringing them out and they're mainly scaling next to the deluxe figures, but Megatron is the odd one out there.
Yeah.
It should be like Core Class Starscream or Optimus Prime or Megatron. They're like making their own little line of minifigures. And each one of them's got their own weapon. And they're more detailed than what they ever used to be.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how they can't start making masterpiece scaled down to legend scale. And spend, I don't know, you would spend 45 quid on an Optimus Prime, you know, or 80 quid on an Optimus Prime with trailer.
Yeah.
No, it's that type of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope they don't, because I quite like my third party, so thanks very much. And if they didn't start it, it'd be another bloody brand I'd have to buy.
Yeah, I think.
So, you know, besides, anyway, Hasbro won't be listening to me. They'll do their own thing.
They always do their own thing. They do.
Oh, yes.
In fairness, give them their dues. The figures and lines that they've been releasing recently are fantastic since Titans Return, and getting a lot of, you know, those sort of characters that I thought we'd never get with the Japanese continuities.
Oh, yeah.
And even the Shattered Glass figures and stuff. You know, they have released a lot of good things. I'm not against Hasbro. I just don't understand why sometimes that they do things the way they do it. That's what I'm getting at more than anything. For anybody listening, thinking,
I'm not really against Hasbro either. It's just like you say. Sometimes it only makes sense if you think that they're making money.
Yeah,
they are making money. They're doing it, bringing out as much as they can for as cheap as they can for as much profit as they can.
Yeah, and then
they listen to the fans to see what's going to sell next. So that's the next figure they bring out.
Yeah.
That's the fan interaction. It's
yeah.
just, you know, we listen to the fans, because you want to know what line to bring out next.
Yeah, exactly. You want to know what figure you're going to sell off next and make money off.
Exactly. Probably why we've got another G2 Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere has gone, I've got a G2 Optimus Prime. I can only get it on eBay for 150 quid. Oh, well, we'll sort that. We'll bring out a new one.
Yeah.
But they did a different bit of colour to it.
Yeah. I think for me, Hasbro are frustrating. It's, you know that they could do this and they could do it really well. So why aren't they doing that?
Yeah.
You know, why are they doing these sort of things of releasing the Jolt with the new exclusive Power Links Hotshot? Why didn't they just give him to us as a single release figure, or why didn't they give him with the original Hotshot, which you know, for me, they could have bumped up the Voyager price then to get the Hotshot and the Minicon, but that exclusive Power Links Hotshot is more expensive than a Voyager.
Yep. For
a deluxe figure with a core class scaled figure along with them.
Yep.
Now, a core class figure they're selling at £12, I believe, around that.
It's between 12 and 14, depending on where you go.
Right. So there's that. And then you've got the original Hotshot, which, say we do it for the price they're doing, deluxes now is £25. Add that together, gets you 40 quid. So why is that Power Links Hotshot £45?
Exactly. Then you got your postage on top of that.
Exactly. You know, this is what I don't get. And they've kept them below, as you've just pointed out, the postage thing. So they've kept them below the £50. You have to spend £50 minimum to get free postage from Hasbro Pulse. So they've kept them just below that enough.
If you think about it as well, if it was, say, 40 quid, and you bought yourself a core class at 12, so you're talking 52, you get free postage, you get to your house. So you've got two figures there for 50. Yeah, it's 52. Right? Yeah. So they stick on an extra 5 quid, still got the £12 for your core class, which will then bump up the price that you're paying. So you're still technically paying the postage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what?
We're definitely getting played. We're definitely getting played.
Oh God, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. Half the stuff they bring out is very good, and I like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the holiness at the back of the figures bugs me a little bit because it's like, you know, that could be quite easily filled in and look better, but it doesn't. But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But the designs are good, the characters are good. You know, when you buy Hasbro, you normally buy a good figure.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fall apart unless you really drop it from a great height. And you can still snap the pieces together if they come off and you transform them. It's okay. It's not bad. I've just noticed something with that Megatron figure. He's got tabs on his body like Swoop. No. Yeah, but no. They're not all the same. Carry on.
Yeah. No. That's pretty much me rounded out for it. We can just end with our jokes.
I'll let you go first this time.
Oh, I get to go first.
Go on then.
Go on then. So I am afraid for the calendar.
Oh yeah.
Its days are numbered.
Oh man. We should. You know what we should do, right? We should. Okay. I told my doctor I heard a buzzing the other day, but he said not to worry. It's just a bug going round.
Oh. It's just a
Got ya?
yeah. So I thought it was the dryer that was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it's been the refrigerator all along.
Yeah, I like that. Oh my god. I've got another one.
Go on, let's go.
Sure, I need glasses, mate. What would the Terminator be? What would he called in his retirement?
I have no idea.
The Exterminator.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Now that you say it, it's like it's so obvious. Like, but man,
Yeah, he's an Exterminator.
an Exterminator.
Oh,
Yeah. We know what he's doing in his retirement.
I was too right.
Oh,
Same thing he was doing when he was working.
correct, exactly.
Have
Cool.
you any more?
I've got a few more. I every time I come across ones, I just keep adding them to the list. We'll do one more, and then we'll sign
One
off.
more.
My wife said I should do lunges to stay in shape.
Right.
Well, that would be a big step forward.
Oh my god. Not funny. Not funny. Rubbish.
That's probably the least one out of the three. Finished in a bad one.
It's okay. I've saved this one as like the one that's the worst. Okay. Why is Peter Pan always flying?
I have no idea.
Because he never lands.
I don't get it. Am I missing something?
Neverland.
Neverland. Ah, man. Oh, man. I don't know how I missed that. Very good. Very good.
I was saying that was the worst one. I
Right.
mean, technically it was because you didn't get it. I was like,
I was
okay.
gonna.
Oh dear, right, okay. Did I say that wrong?
No, you're 100% right. Like, it was me in my brain. Like, someone else listening to the podcast is probably like, all right, okay, I get it, sort of thing. And there's me going, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's not a funny job.
What's that? What? But now, Neverland. Yeah, get it.
Because he never lands.
Because it never lands. Very good. I like that. I actually like it now that it clicks with me, but it's just me and my brain just don't function half the time. I'm going to blame just coming off night shifts, but...
No, it's alright. That is a good blaming tool. You came off night shifts and you're not thinking straight.
Correct. My brain
that's,
is not.
That's fine. I'll go with that.
It's not functioning. So
Yeah.
we'll round that off. Guys, if you're listening to this podcast and you have any thoughts or maybe things that you've thought about with the Hasbro Pulsecon, this is the part where my voice stops working.
Hasbro Pulsecon.
So Hasbro Pulsecon, if there's anything that you want to discuss about it, is there anything you've seen in it that you really like, or let's face it, the HasLab, again, my voice has stopped working, the HasLab for next year with the little tease of Omega. What is your thoughts on that? Do you agree with what me and John are chatting about? Do you have maybe something else that maybe we've missed? I'd be very interested to hear what you think. Drop it, please put it down in the comment section. Other than that, I think that's sort of us all wrapped up here.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, and until next time, stay awesome.